Hello, my friends. How are you doing out there today? I hope that you're doing well. Hope that you're having a good day. Donald Trump is not, because as we've seen over and over, just in a few months, my friends, it blows my mind to think about it sometimes, but Donald Trump has once again gotten his ass whipped in a trade war, this time against China. So we're going to talk about that today. Let's look back a little bit over our history since Donald Trump has been in office again. Only a few very long months. It's only been a few months, but it sure feels like 10 years. My beard's turned gray. My face has turned leathery with wrinkles. I have aged very much since Donald Trump came into office, and we got to keep dealing with his nonsense. So we remember Donald Trump absolutely got his ass whipped by Canada and Mexico in his first trade war, where they promised him nothing because he's too dumb to pay attention to what's going on in the world. They promised him absolutely nothing. Mexico promised him nothing except what they'd already agreed to do under Joe Biden's administration. And then Canada agreed to do the same thing they were going to do under Joe Biden's administration, except they made up a whole new government position called fentanyl czar, which is probably the easiest job in the world. That guy's kicked back playing some PlayStation 5, isn't he? Being Canada's fentanyl czar. And Donald Trump went, "Victory! I have defeated Canada and Mexico, and I'm gonna annex Canada," or whatever he was on about. He says some crazy shit, my friends. He's all over the damn place, isn't he? And then I think Trade War 2 didn't really do anything except crash the stock market, where they got to stand in the Oval Office with his billionaire buddies and talk about how much money they made that day off of when Donald Trump rolled back the tariffs for the second time and the stock market jumped up. You know, all his friends, they were buying when the stock market was very low. Do you know why? Because they had insider information. You know who the insider was? Donald Trump. The president of the United States is single-handedly manipulating the stock market right now. Well, not single-handedly. Some people were calling me out on saying that. They said, "Josh, it's not single-handedly," and you're right. You got me on there. It's also that goddamn Ron Vera. Ron Vera's got his filthy, grubby little hands on the economy right now and really screwing with some things. And I wish that Ron Vera just didn't exist. You know what I'm saying? I kind of wish that he wasn't a real person, but he's out there just raising hell too, wreaking havoc on the economy. And Donald Trump got absolutely nothing. He didn't get any concessions for America. He didn't do anything to bring jobs back or to increase wages or lower prices or any of those things that MAGA swears he's doing for us. And I don't know how many times I got to say it on this channel, my friends, but I am sick to death of MAGA lying to me about what's actually happening. The stock market's tanking, businesses are laying off, small businesses are going under, farmers are weeping on the news about how they're going to lose their family farm, and all these things are going on, and MAGA shows up and goes, "Hell yeah, we're fucking winning." I guess words can mean different things to different people. I don't really fucking know, I guess. But this is the opposite of winning. All the things Donald Trump campaigned on and said he was going to do all these things for America I can only think of a few benefits, and it's not for us, my friends, at all. The only people it's benefited is people that already had money, a lot of disposable income that they could throw in the stock market when Donald Trump tanked the fucking thing. Other than that, there's no real benefit. Canada's sick of our bullshit, which I'm surprised they've been friendly for us for this long. I mean, Donald Trump is the biggest fucking idiot that's ever been our president, but I mean, we had the George W. years. I mean, I don't think he was really offensive to Canada, but it would have made me, as another country, stop and think, is that really the way America's headed? Like, that's that guy. I miss W. I kind of miss having a goofball for a president at this point. He was just, well, I mean, aside from finishing his dad's war, right? I don't know. We could maybe debate the Iraq war sometime. I'd have to go back and do some research on it and really see how I feel about it. Besides all the bombing brown people shit that W was doing, once you take that out, he was just kind of a goofball, right? He's just a goofy bastard. Fool me, can't be fooled again, shit like that, you know? But I would have been a little bit weary of the direction of America at that point. But that's neither here nor there, my friends. Anyways, fuck, I interrupted myself and I forgot what the fuck he was saying. But the point of all that is absolutely nothing has been done to benefit the American people. As a matter of fact, it has been really, really fucking harmful to the American people. And Donald Trump decided he was going to try to bully China with a trade war. Does that make any fucking sense to anybody? So much of the products in the world come from China. That's just the way that the world works, right? But Donald Trump, who... I can't figure this out, but it definitely, the tariffs are a bullying strategy. He thinks he's gonna put these other countries in their place and make them do what he wants. And the problem is, he doesn't even know what the fuck he wants. But he thought he was going to bully China. So China goes out and starts making all these other connections. Okay, Brazil will buy your soybeans. Australia will buy your beef. I don't know where they were planning to get their corn from necessarily, but that's about the extent of our exports to China. There may be a few things here and there, but it's mostly agricultural. Well, the interesting thing about agriculture is you can grow a lot of things in a lot of different places around the world. Now, some things won't grow in certain climates and shit like that, but most normal, you know, mainstream type of agriculture, you can grow that shit fucking anywhere. So America doesn't really hold a monopoly on soybeans and corn and beef and shit like that. So China just went and started making all these fucking new connections. Meanwhile, the world's on fucking fire over here. It's going all downhill. Like I did that video, a very good video apparently, about truckers are going to be out of a job soon. You know, the ports are slowing down. The imports are slowing down. You've got containers that they're not unloading. I haven't dug into that too much yet. That's just information from you guys, my viewers. I need to research that. But apparently there's fucking containers somewhere, just shipyards full of the fucking things that either haven't been shipped or haven't been unloaded. I need to research that fucking topic some more. Go ahead and throw it in the comments and tell me what I'm missing on that, but I need to research it some more. Dock workers are worried about losing their jobs, and on down the fucking line it goes. Small business owners are freaking the fuck out. Farmers are, depends on the farmer, doesn't it? Some farmers are like, what the fuck did I vote for? While other farmers are going, well, I trust Donald Trump. He always does the right thing. On what fucking planet has Donald Trump ever done the right fucking thing? I don't know. I have no clue where they're even getting this shit from, if I'm being 100% honest with you. But China goes and makes all these new trade partners. Then we look at the list of what it is that we import from China and go, ah, shit, we're kind of fucked, aren't we? If we don't start acting right, we're going to have to, like, that's going to set us back 50 years at least, to come up with all the manufacturing plants, all of our own technology, right? We're basically sending America back to the fucking 1800s through use of fucking tariffs, because so much of the things we do having to do with technology are fucking imported, and that's just the way it works. And if we had to start all fucking over, it would suck. I mean, parts of it would suck, right? Sometimes I miss the days where we weren't constantly connected to the internet. Those were more fun in some aspects, but in other parts, I guess it would really fucking suck. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't decided if I like it or not. But anyways, it sets us back by a long ways. So Donald Trump sits his chubby little ass in the Oval Office on a news conference, press conference thing, right? And he's asked about the tariffs with China. Immediately backs off. Immediately pulls off the 145% that he said he was going to do. Stock market once again shoots up, so you know he was getting his friends a payoff once again. It's kind of starting to drop back down today, but it went back up. Overall, Donald Trump has lost trillions of dollars in the stock market since he came into office. The same stock market that Donald Trump has insisted that other presidents be removed from office for if it dropped a little bit. If it had a bad fucking day, Donald Trump wanted the president removed, just gone, out of office. But when Donald Trump does it, right, you know how MAGA works, right? They can fuck up whatever they want, but if somebody else makes a little bit of a misstep, then they make a big fucking deal out of it. Anyways, Donald Trump completely pulls back off the tariffs, off the 145%, says he's going to sit down and have a nice conversation with China, and they're going to play nice, and they're going to be very polite to each other. And the point of all that is he folded like a fucking lawn chair again, yet again. And look, you hear the dumbest fucking arguments from MAGA, right? They say you liberals get pissed off when he puts on the tariffs, and then when he takes off the tariffs, you get pissed off about that too. The man can't fucking win. How about he just knocks his bullshit off? That's how you win at this point. If Donald Trump would have done nothing and just came into the office and just went and played golf, kept his fucking mouth shut, which I know is asking a lot from that son of a bitch, kept his goddamn mouth shut and just let Joe Biden's economy coast, we would have been a-okay. We would have been just fucking fine. Just keep your hands off. I know you wanted to be president so you could avoid prison. Everybody fucking knows that. That is a fact. Jack Smith, you like that? I'm just kidding. But Jack Smith said they could have prosecuted if he wasn't running for president again, which obviously I blame someone for that, but I get myself in trouble sometimes, because one time I made a video real pissed off at Jack Smith, and people said it wasn't Jack Smith's fault, you motherfucker, it was Merrick Garland's fault. So sometimes I get in over my head on these videos, is the point I'm trying to make, but he was just doing it to avoid prison. Stop with the bullshit tough guy act and how you're going to bully the fucking world, because if there's anything we've learned from Donald Trump's presidency just these few short months, is how absolutely vulnerable we are in America. And look, if you want to fix that, then let's start the process now. We got to start now. Don't fuck everything up and then say, now we're going to fix it. Now we're going to build all these manufacturing plants. Now we're going to do all this shit, because you got to face that problem head on first. You got to start with that infrastructure. You got to start with attracting the businesses that want to do business solely in America and not import anything. Good luck with that, by the way. And that may be, if you were to try to put any kind of reasoning to what the fuck Donald Trump is doing, that's hard, that's difficult. That may be the way you would go about it. But just imposing trade wars and going, and this is going to bring manufacturing back to America. Would you guys go outside and look around and see that nobody's building a factory? To see that, like, literally nothing is happening to push us that way? Instead, we're just making everything unaffordable, and we're getting the shit kicked out of us over and over by other countries who, quite frankly, have smarter leaders. That's all this comes down to. Our leader's a dipshit. The rest of the leaders aren't. And we are severely fucking outmatched by the rest of the world on that fucking fact alone. All right, so Donald Trump immediately rolls back his 145% tariffs, loses yet another trade war, gets America absolutely nothing, makes everything worse, scares the shit out of Americans, thinking that they're not going to have jobs or small businesses, and ruined all our relationships on the world stage, because the world cannot trust us to keep our word and cannot trust us to be reliable trade partners. And that is why, by the time Donald Trump's done, the world is going to go other places. And I don't think that these relationships will even be fixed in my lifetime. I think for the rest of my life, America is going to be isolated from the rest of the world, unless somebody very good at their job comes in and becomes our next president, that is very good at these foreign affairs, working out trade deals, and finding a way to make it so a president in the future can't come in and just fuck shit up just to do it. Anyways, that's it. Donald Trump loses again. Got to get back to work. Love you guys. Bye now.